Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to show you guys what your students have been working on this week. And that is area and perimeter. So we're finishing out our multiplication unit. It's kind of interesting that they include a measurement and data standard with our multiplication unit, but they do. So we're finishing out our entire module 3, where we have found factors and multiples. We learned to multiply 4-digit by 1-digit numbers, as well as 2-digit by 2-digit numbers. And now we're finishing it out this week with area and perimeter. So in 4th grade, they don't simply just find the area of a rectangle or find the perimeter of a rectangle. That's what they more so did in 3rd grade. This year, we are actually having to apply the formulas to find a missing side length. All of our models our shapes will be rectangular, so either a square or a rectangle is what they're finding area and perimeter of. For example here, the area is the measure of the space inside of a rectangle in square units. So I've kind of drawn out this model to show the students. It's basically if you counted up all of the squares that are made in a rectangle or square. So in this case, the width, we usually talk about how this side, the top or the bottom, would be the width. So 5 square units wide, 3 square units long. So we do call it area, that's what the A represents in our formula, equals the length, which in this case is 3, times the width, in this case is 5. So 15 would be our area, the length, and the width are 3 and 5. So how it kind of works in 4th grade is that they'll be given an area and they'll be given one of the side lengths. In this case, they would be given that the area is 15 square units, and they would be maybe given that the length is 3. They would have to figure out that 3 times something equals 15. So they would have a missing width, and they would have to use the formula to figure out that the width actually is 5. Okay? It's not as difficult with area. Perimeter gets a little bit more challenging. It also gets more challenging when the numbers get larger. Okay? This one's very simple for an example, but the numbers will get much larger. In this case, perimeter, we talk about, is the measure of the distance around the outside of a shape. Okay? Then I chose to put a square here because the students should know that a square has 4 equal sides. So if our width is 4 units, our width is 4, our length is 4, then our perimeter would be 16. Okay, they learned in 3rd grade to just add up the 4 sides. And I told them this year, if you are given all 4 sides, you can find the perimeter that way. I'm completely fine with that. However, when they are given, let's say, a length, but not a width, so they have an unknown side, they need to use this formula to help them solve for the missing side length. Okay, this is the formula that the FSA reference sheet will have. So they will have a reference sheet on the FSA test that has the area and perimeter formula for them. It allows them to use that so they don't have to memorize the formulas, but they have to know how to use them. So here's an example. Let's say, this one's kind of easy, but let's say we know our length is 4, but we don't know the width. So I would teach the child, or we know the perimeter, we know the perimeter is also 16. So actually, let me do this real quick. Sorry. If we know the perimeter is 16, and we know that the length is 4. So if they plug in the formula, this is our unknown, which is our width. We're going to solve what we know first. We know 2 times 4 is 8. So then we're saying 16 equals 8 plus something. And in this case, 8 plus 8 is 16. The mistake many students make is they think now that their width is 8. So they stop right there, but if they actually check their work, if they put 8 and 8 as their widths, this is not a perimeter of 16. It's now a perimeter of 24. So what they fail to remember, this is a misconception they have, is that this 8 is actually 2 times something. So their missing side length is actually a 4, because 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so then if they put it, if I say go label your rectangle, and then add it again, does it add up to the perimeter of 16? And in this case, it does. So this is the tricky part, where I want them to make sure that they're using those formulas. A lot of times the number, like I said, the numbers will get way bigger. So their perimeter might be a 100 and something, or their area may be 100 and something, okay? So the numbers aren't as easy to manipulate. A lot of times the kids can just quickly figure this one out without using the formula. Oh, I know each side would be 4. But when the numbers get larger, it's not that simple. So we're gonna be working on larger numbers in our area and perimeter formulas. If you have any questions, please comment below. It will start showing up on homework in another week or 2, and we're moving right along. We'll be starting division next week. So multiplication was very short. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.